In this video, we will be factoring trinomials. Factoring trinomials is the reverse of the process needed for multiplying polynomials. To multiply two binomials, we can use FOIL. That is, multiply the first terms, multiply the outside terms, multiply the inside terms, and multiply the last terms. So F and then O, I, and L, FOIL. So in this first example, I'm going to write out the process on the left with our standard quadratic trinomial, ax squared plus bx plus c. And then on the right, I'll do an example with actual numbers in it. So our first one, we're going to factor x squared plus 6x plus 8. We want to first find two terms whose product is ax squared. So ax squared in this case is just x squared. So we're going to find two numbers that I'll put in these front positions that multiply to give me this first term. And so that would be x times x, because x times x is x squared. Then I want to find two last terms whose product is c. So c is my last term in the trinomial. So I need two numbers that multiply to give me 8. Now I can have 1 times 8. I can have 2 times 4. I can have -1 times -8. And I can have -2 times -4. All of these choices will give me a positive 8. And then finally, I want to use trial and error until the sum of the outside product and the inside product is bx. So I want to try these in my factored form. Let me try, this is +1 and +8, so let me try those. And I need the outside product and the inside product, in our case, to be 6x. So when I multiply the outside and the inside together here, I get 8x plus 1x is 9x. So this doesn't work. Then I want to try my next one. So x plus 2 times x plus 4. Again, multiply your inside and outside. So the outer product is 4x, the inner product is 2x, and that sum is 6x. So this is my factored form. So let's try an example here. We're asked to factor x squared plus 3x minus 18. So again, I want, in the first positions, I need two things multiplied together to give me x squared. So those are each have to be x. On my last position, I need two numbers that multiply to give me 18. So 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6. And those are the possibilities. Of course, you can use the commutative property and turn them around. Now I need a -18. So one of these numbers has to be negative. So I could make the first one negative, but then that also adds another choice of a +1 and a -18. And here also I could have a +2 and -9. And here I could have a +3 and a -6. So I'm going to need to look at those. And then what I want is 3x. Now, key to saving you a little bit of work is because this is a negative sign back here, that means that the two numbers are going to be opposite in sign, so that when I add them together, to give me a positive 3. And it looks like this pair right here will give me a positive 3, because this is going to get me 17, this one is 7, negative 17, negative 7, and negative 3. So I'm going to try this pair. Let me put those in, and then we can check our factoring. X times x is x squared. That's my first times my first. Then positive 6x and a negative 3x gives me a positive 3x. And then my last ones here, negative 3 times 6 is negative 18. So my factored form is x minus 3 times x plus 6. Let's try another example. We need two numbers in the first spot that give me x squared when I multiply them, so I'll need x in each space. You probably noticed by now that it's easier to factor when you have a 1 as your lead coefficient. Now I need two numbers that multiply to give me a negative 14. So I could have 1 times negative 14. I could have 2 times negative 7. And negative 1 times a positive 14. And a negative 2 times a positive 7. So I need to check these possibilities. But I do know that the 2 together has to be a negative 5. So if I look at the combination of these, it looks like this one is going to give me a negative 5 when I add them together. So let's try that. My first one's x times x is x squared, and then 2 times negative 7 is negative 14. Let's check my outer. Outer product is negative 7x, and my inner product is a positive 2x. When I add those, I do get negative 5. So this is my factored form.